So apparently, this is how the other half lives. Meet a car that blends finesse and adventure. A vehicle that seamlessly transitions from city streets to rugged trails. It's a 7-seater diesel hybrid. This is the BAIC B60 Beaumont. Hi guys, my name is Don and I'm not a pro driver. Right off the bat, you might have some mixed feelings about the B60 Beaumont. But let's dive in and see what this car truly offers and if it might be for you. So let's start with the key fob. So here's the front and here's the back. At the front we have the lock button, headlight, sound button, and here's the unlock button. At the back, we have Beijing, and then here is like a small button that you press that releases the mechanical key right there. For the headlight, you just press, it lights up. Press again, it turns off the headlights. For the sound button, that's what it does. For the colors, we have light blue, black, green, and then here we have white. The B60 Beaumont is 1,955 millimeters wide, 1,925 millimeters high, with a ground clearance of 215 millimeters. That's minimum. It's 5,040 millimeters long, with a wheelbase of 2,820 millimeters. It also has a wading depth of 750 millimeters. No doubt it's long and large. That's what my wife said. I mean about the car. It's really long and large. Yeah. So front and center, you have BAIC spelled out for you. And then below that, we have your grille. Your grille is divided into sections, 5 sections. 3 of them is for the grille. The grille has piano black finish on the inside, chrome thingies on the outside. And then 2 of them on the outer houses your headlights. There are 4 LED thingies. So it looks complicated. It says here, full LED quad vision. Then here we have your signal lights. The middle, we have your front camera. Then we have piano black finish right here. On the sides, you'll see your DRL and your front fog lamps. We have 3 sensors. Here's 1, 2, and 3. So 3 on each side. Below that, we have another finish here. It's not body color. It's more like aluminum finish. Below that, your tow hitch underneath. For the hood, we have a really large one. Usually I find hood designs that are raised up in the middle. Here, it takes a dip. It still looks cool though. For the wipers, this is one of those European styles. You can't raise it up from here. There's a switch that you have to flip inside so that it goes into maintenance mode. And then at the very top, you have your notch on your windshield that houses your DVR, rain sensors, as well as for the lane keep assisting. So on the sides, it's evident here that it is high. I mean, you have a high fender and it's large from here to here. That's large. And then it goes down here and then it sort of flattens on its side. And then here we have a silver piece here or chrome accent that has these Chinese characters and it's supposed to say Beijing. And then here we have your side mirror, which has your signal light, camera, and a puddle lamp. Your step board, it's body color with plastic black thingy right there for you to step on. Chrome accents on the door panel, another chrome accent on the door handle. Chrome accents as well on the window sills all the way at the back. And then at the top, we have your roof rack, which has 3 fixed points. And then for the wheels, we have two-tone design here and BAIC logo here at the center. It's 265/65 R18. Brand of the tires is GT, X, and then Ross. So I guess that's cross. HT71. We have disc brakes at the front and disc brakes at the rear. For the suspension, we have a double wishbone independent for the front and a multi-link system for the rear. As long as the car is unlocked, you can push this and you can see 2 caps One is for your diesel and one is for your urea. So this is a first for me, seeing two caps side by side. The diesel has a capacity of 85 liters. So for the rear, we have your full size spare tire cover, which says BAIC, and your rear camera. And then if that's not enough for you, we have another rear camera. This is for your rear view mirror. That's awesome. Third brake light, and then your wiper. Another handle with chrome accents with a button. On the side, LED taillights, BJ60, TDI, and hybrid. So we have 6 parking sensors for the rear. 1 is on the side, 2, and then 3. So 3 on each side. Aluminum finish for when the door is open. Aluminum finish again that houses your plate. Lights for the plate, and then on the sides we have chrome accents that houses your rear fog lamps. And then at the bottom you'll find your tow hook somewhere here on the left side. We also have protective plate underneath. Again, so big, so much happening on the rear. If you enjoy these types of car reviews, show your support and hit that subscribe button. To open the hood, there's a lever here. You only have to pull once. And then there's a lock here. Once you get through the lock, that's awesome. So it doesn't open that high. That's good, so that I can still reach it when I want to close it. You have your serviceable things like your washer fluid, coolant. There's another coolant right there. Here is your brake fluid. So what you're looking at is a 2-liter turbocharged diesel hybrid engine, which has 163 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. And it's mated with a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. Since this is a hybrid, it is integrated with a 48-volt BSG electric motor with a maximum power of 10 kilowatts and a maximum of 50 Newton meters of torque. So the car is locked right now. And the way you open the trunk is you have a button on the handle. If you press that, it unlocks the trunk and you can open it. You have this thing to twist to unlock and unlock the door. So if it's locked, yeah, it doesn't close on you whenever you're transporting things, inside. A handle here, 2 hooks, 1 on each side. We have 3 kilograms max. This is for, I guess, bags or plastic bags. Then we have a big pocket to store things. And here is your emergency latch right there. See, there's the Beaumont, there's the door, and then some dotted lines with a person. I guess the person jumped out of it in cases of emergency. This is the trunk with the 3rd row seats folded up. We don't have the exact figures of how many liters this is, but it gives you an idea. So you do have this to store your tools. So you have your early warning device, your reflective vest, here's your jack, and tools you need to replace the tire. This is a 12-volt socket and a 220-volt socket for your appliances and charging needs. And here we have compartment. I guess this is part of Harman. Look at that. That's your Harman thing right there for the speakers. And your electronic things, maybe fuses. I'm just guessing because there are a lot of wires there. The way you fold the seats is you pull this. See, this is to release the locking mechanism. Cool, no? And you fold it. It's not flat. There's this ramp, a small one, but it's good enough. This is big. This is really big. To increase the space further, let's go over to the 2nd row and fold those seats. So to fold the 2nd row seats, there's a lever here. Press that and it releases the lock. Like, is there a lock? Yeah, it's just like that. I'll do that on the other side. Wow. So it's not totally flat. Again, we don't know how many liters this is, but if there's a thing that you can't fit in here, I'm curious to know what it is. This is already like a double-sized bed here, I think. To get into the 3rd row, there's a lever here on the 2nd row on the passenger side that you pull and it does that. So it folds the seat and you can pull it once it's in that position. Now, that's how you get into the 3rd row. It's not a lot, but it's better than coming in from that side. Believe me. One thing I did notice is you can see that the floor on the 3rd row is higher than that from the 2nd row. This is already raised up. So my knees are in this position, but it's enough for small kids. I mean, if I'm here, see, look at that. My knees are, it's there. It's like an inch left. At least it's not scraping. Okay, I can't move my feet that much here. Again, this is not for me, but I've seen a lot of cars that are smaller than this. You can adjust headrests like so. We have handles, light, and a hook, and a vent on each side. Then we have cup holders as well. And we have a speaker here, and then a speaker here. Yeah, we have grills here for the speaker. You don't have one here. So you have 2 of these things. I guess this is for your luggage curtain or your tonneau cover. So this is a mic, I believe, for your voice assistant. This is decent space for the second row. If I close this, so you see that's a lot of leg room for the second row. Now that you close this, it's quite claustrophobic. Before I get into the second row, this is probably the plushest door card that I've seen so far. Leather right there, this is really soft, look at that. And then we have your ambient lighting here with aluminum thingy covering that. Again, leather with stitching right there. Leather again for your elbows, and then here is leather, but it's harder. Then we have aluminum for your door handle right there, ambient lighting for the handle, infinity speakers again. We have plastic here, we have a pocket here, and then a deeper pocket here for your bottle holder. Speaker again, and it says here Beijing with mountains. Below that we have your warning light. Whenever the door is open, it lights up. Here's your child lock, by the way, and it says there on the tint Ceramax Tint a Car. If you don't know what Ceramax is, you're missing out. Okay, I just want to share with you, this is your design for your door sill. Let me get into the second row. The seats are softer than that from the third row. It's really softer. We can also adjust this if we want to make room for the third row passengers, like that. And you can also adjust your backrest like so. This is the maximum adjustment for the second row if it's all the way here. And it's a lot. This is like, I don't know, 5-6 inches, and I'm 5'8". So this is a lot for me. You think that there's no tunnel. I promise you there is, and I promise you, you won't complain. We have your headrests here, which are adjustable. And for the middle of the seat, it is perforated. On the sides, it's not. But look how soft this is. And we have darker brown lining right there. 3 seat belts and ISOFIX. It's already exposed. At the middle, we have your center armrest with additional storage right there with 2 USB ports, Type A and Type C. Okay, this is not a charging pad. This is just something where you can put your phone, close it, and then that's where your wires are. Cup holders, you still have them right there. What you have on the third row is the same that you have here. Grab handle, light, and hook with vents at the top. In addition to the vents at the top, you have vents here. You can twist this to turn on and off the vent. Then you have controls for the AC. And then we have USB ports, Type A and Type C. Here we have 2 20-volt socket and a 12-volt if you need that as well. Behind the first row seats, you have this for magazines, newspapers. For the first row seats, only on the passenger side, there is this adjustment right here. You have vents below the first row seats right there for your feet. Last but not least, we have the panoramic sunroof. So for the door cards on the first row, it's the same as that of the second row, except you don't have your speaker here or your tweeter, and you also have a bigger pocket here in addition to the bottle holder. So for the passenger side, we have adjustments for the seats. They're electronic. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then here we have your lumbar. For the driver's side, it's the same as that of the passenger side, but you have specific controls for the driver. You have these for your side mirrors. Here's your unlock and lock buttons. Here is for your windows. So for the adjustments on the driver's seat, that's for the thigh support, seat height, moving forward and backward, and for the backrest. Then you have your lumbar right there. You can also set this with memory seats, so you have 3 profiles. That's cool. So before I get into the driver's side, you have additional controls specific for the driver. So we have brightness setting for the screen, your headlight level, descent control, traction control, heated steering wheel, auto high beam, and here, this is new to me. To be honest, I don't know what this is. I keep pressing the button and nothing happens. Let me know in the comments if you know what this is. As a bonus, you have additional storage right here. Ta-da! So sitting on the first row, I should say it's almost similar to the second row, but you have bolsterings here for the first row. It's nice. It feels like a sofa with a steering wheel in front of you if you're the driver. For the steering wheel, it's leather wrapped with perforated sides. You have aluminum and piano black finish at the bottom. Cruise controls here and audio controls here, as well as your voice control and phone buttons. This is also where you can control different views on the instrument cluster. Here's your stock for the lights, and then on the other side is for your wipers. So we have vents for the driver, 2 vents at the middle, and then another vent for the passenger. And then on top of that, we have a really premium dash here, leather wrap. Here is plastic here with vents there and stitching here. Below that, for the passenger side, you can see that there is this illuminated mountain effect. You have 2 screens here. For the instrument cluster, you have 10.25 inches, and for the infotainment screen, you have 12.8 inches. Quite large. Sorry, three screens because here you have an additional screen for your rear view mirror. That's a screen right there. And then there is an adjustment here where you can see the brightness and you can adjust the angle so you can raise the camera or the view. It's attached to this notch which has an SD card slot on the left side. That's because you have DVR function. It's like you don't have to buy your dash cam. You already have it here. And then at the top we have your visor with clips. Here's your vanity mirror with lights and you can extend it like so. Nice, no? That also goes the same for the passenger side. So they're not cheaping out on the passenger side. At the middle, you have ambient lighting here. This is your dome lights. This is capacitive. Light switch and then your door light switch. Here is for the moonroof and here is for the sunshade. Since that your rear view mirror doesn't show you your passengers, this is that. And then you can open this further and that's where you can hide your sunglasses. Cool, no? And then on each side, we have a mic for the first row. On the first row door cards, you don't have any tweeters on the top portion. That's because it's on the A-pillar. That's both on the driver's side and the passenger side. Last but not least, you have your glove compartment. You just push a button, it opens. Oh, wow, that's soft. So it opens soft and this is soft. It's like Alcantara effect with light. This is nice. Okay, so this thing screams premium. So for the center console, we have your start-stop button in between the two vents here at the middle. Your AC controls. Again, a high-end car that is not touchscreen. You have physical buttons right there. And a charging pad with light. There we go. So that's charging. Below that, we have your shifter with a lock with your park button as well. There are three switches, but you can only use two. So this is for your differential lock, and then this is for crawling uphill. Here is for your four-wheel drive modes. So you have 2H, 4H, and then 4L. Then here, this is a knob. This is actually your drive mode. See? Right now, I'm on Eco. Then we go to Sport. That's how Sport looks like. Then we go to Comfort mode. Then here is Snow, Rough, Sand, Mud. Then it doesn't say anything, but it's like it's skipping this. And here is waiting. So it tells you as well, there are descriptions of what it is. So it's recommended to reduce tire pressure to 70%. So it gives you instructions on what to do. The maximum wading depth is 0.75 meters. Awesome. Park assist button. If I press on this, it's actually your 360 or 540 view because you can see what's underneath the car. We have your auto hold button, and here we have your button to toggle auto off engine on idle. Below that, we have levels of heating the seats. So this is for the driver and passenger, and this is your electronic parking brake. So those are the controls. On the right side of that, we have this really large panel that is piano black finish. Now, if you press this, it reveals card holders or something like a box there and two cup holders. For your center armrest, well, it feels plush. It's nice. You can open it on one side or both sides. See, you can open it separately. Inside this, there is a vent for your AC so you can cool your drinks. And here is a push button, or you can push this so you can store cards. So below the center console, on the passenger side, a USB Type-A port, a 12-volt socket, and a hook. That's nice. On my side, you have a USB Type-A and a Type-C. And we have storage here. Yeah, it's nothing special. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button. So for the instrument cluster, well, it's a nice screen. It's modern. So if I turn this on, there we go. So those are all the icons that you see. We have your RPMs. On your right is your speed. Then we have your lane keep assist and your lane departure warning. Temperature as well on the left, and your fuel gauge on the right with your distance to empty. Time at the bottom, your odometer, and the temperature outside. At the top, you'll see your drive mode and your light situation right at the top. Seatbelt warning and your park. What you want to use to control the cluster is the one on the left. It's touch capacitive. I really don't like that. Okay, so if I press on OK here, it gives you a menu. So ECU, and I hit OK. There we go. So it tells you your information right there. I can scroll down just by swiping, and then we have your battery voltage, gearbox, urea info, and that's it. So I hit back. Then we have navigation here. It's not ready. Then media, no content playing. Alarm query, nothing. Settings, overspeed warning. You can enable speeding alarm. Hit back. Warning volume, high, medium, and low. Hit back. Service, your PMS. You can reset that. Compass calibration. You can recalibrate that. Fuel economy, consumption likes. Okay. Hit back. And then to environment, off-roading stuff, your compass, your altitude, your tilt, and your roll. And then HPA, which is hectopascal or millibar. So that's your environment. What else do we have? Vehicle information. So this is your chassis information and your TPMS. There you go. That's it. Moving over to the infotainment system, I like the screen. I can't deny this. I like the screen. Okay, so first of all, we have your park assist here. You can actually park automatically. You can select a parking spot and it will park for you because it does have that auto parking thing. Then here we have BAIC. That's the same thing that we saw on the instrument cluster. Then we have radio, Bluetooth music, phone. This is via Carbit link. Unfortunately, it doesn't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. We have settings here, so let's tap on that. Here we have your general settings. For your units, we have temperature, Celsius or Fahrenheit, for your mileage, metric or imperial. Then we have your media buttons there and your language, and then incoming call, reject, SMS reply. You can enable that. Then we have sounds. Again, we have Infinity speakers by Harman. Okay, tap on that, then you can set your 3D sound effect there. So that's the sounds settings right there. And then for the display, you have brightness, you have your time format and then date format, your wallpaper, long distance, and then off-road. So you can have those things. Standby interface, you have logo, clock, and just black. And then we have your update info. Going to the apps, we have your video, your media, phone, picture, settings, my car. Let's check my car. There you go, your ADAS stuff. So you have cruise control or TJA or ICA, which is traffic jam assist or integrated cruise assist. You can select if it's adaptive cruise control or that. Forward collision warning, sensitivity, auto emergency brake, then lane departure warning, lane keep assist, blind spot detection, and door open warning. Of course, rear cross traffic warning. Yeah, this has the whole shebang. AVM or your 360 view, parking assist, those are the settings. Vehicle, status for seat, meet, welcome, enable, set seat, meet. I guess this is your easy entry thing because you have memory settings. TPMS, window control, so lock, window close, rain, window close. Oh, that's cool. Okay, and then remote window rise down. Okay, so you can close and open the windows remotely. It was just not on. And then we have lock reminder, unlock door, wiper maintenance. So you click that, then it goes into maintenance mode. That also goes for the rear. EPS mode, WCBS mode. So this is technically your driving mode. It's comfort, standard, or sport. Then dragging mode, I guess this is towing mode. ESC, rear view. You can change the angle of the mirror when you're reversing. Lighting, yes, this is fun. Okay, I'll set that to blue because I like blue. There you go. Light control, we have leaving lights, timing, turn signal flashes. That's settings, right? That's my car. We have DVR function, by the way. Okay, so you have all these things. So it's just nice to know. Then we have AVM, we saw that earlier. ORIM, we have VI, EI, and your waiting depth. So we saw that earlier as well. APA, oh, that's auto parking assist. And radio and Carbit. So this is the app. So it will let you mirror your phone to the screen. So you have this thing. It does tell you what to do. You need to download the app on your phone in order for it to work. At the bottom here is your climate controls. The way you do that is tap on one thing and then this is your climate controls. The only sad part here is that you have heating, but you don't have cooling for the seats. So the second row controls AC is totally independent from the first row. You can see here, front row I'm at 20, rear row is at 21. Seat area, so you can set the heating of each individual seat from here. So that's the AC settings. Yeah, that's the infotainment system. We have an option here called tracking. This is interesting because if I drive a bit, if I go to a full stop, the tracking option is enabled. If I press that and I release the brake, it will reverse for me the exact same route that I was, driving through. So imagine you're in a tight alley and you don't want to do the reversing yourself. The car will do it for you. And I should be at my original position earlier. How cool is that?
So you select, then you can, there, let me park there. Okay, and then, okay. So it should park on that side. Wow, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Here's where we are. So there's still a lot of space on that side. And I'm not confident with this, with other cars in between the space. But it parks for you. And right now it's going to go out of the parking spot automatically. So let's do that. Head to right. Front right. Okay, right. There we go. If there was a car in front of me, I think it would have. That's it. That's it.
The BAIC B60 Beaumont has that commanding presence. Whenever you're sitting on the driver's seat, it feels like you're in command of the road. It's surprising to feel that it's light, even though it is large. Body roll is present. I guess it's acceptable because the car is high. Even though the body roll is there, the seats are comfortable. They're really comfortable. And it helps with the unevenness of the road as well, the minor vibrations. Leaving aside those small quirks, I can't imagine a road that this car can't traverse. Because for me, I feel confident inside this car. I feel confident that any road, muddy, uphill, downhill, can handle it. You can feel the engine, the power of the engine, the delivery of it, even on inclines. It's effortless, but it's something that you have to feel for yourself. It's powerful, easy. Like now, we're going uphill, and it's effortless. I'm at, I don't know what gear this is, but I'm at 1.9-ish RPM. We're in an incline like 10 degrees. You can hear the engine from where I'm sitting, but it doesn't equate to what I'm feeling. Inside the cockpit, it feels comfortable. They did a really good job at that. Okay, so for the suspension, combination with the tires, it's on the comfortable side. For the acceleration, I never felt that it's underpowered. The brakes are capable as well. It's good. It can stop whenever I want it to stop. That's considering the fact that this car is large. Because the car is large and it's high, I'm sitting higher than what I'm used to, the visibility is really good. And on top of that, I get access to my 360 or 540 camera, which is always helpful for me. The steering is responsive. It's light and it's responsive. Even on high speeds, it's really light. I like that. I'm only driving on eco mode or comfort mode. When I get out of the car, I forget that it's this big, you know, it's that big. I always thought that driving cars this high is always hard to control and drive. Here, I can confidently say that I can drive it, I can control it, and I want to own one. So the car has a lot of advanced driving assist systems. One of my favorite is the lane departure warning. It does nudge you a bit on the steering wheel, reminding you that, hey, stay on your lane. For the adaptive cruise control, the way it brakes is, it does brake a bit harder from what I'm used to. One thing that I'm really impressed about this car is the fuel economy. We're running at 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's with a lot of idling while reviewing the car, and also uphill. Lots of uphill, downhill, uphill. Because when it's on downhill, when I go downhill, most of the time it revs so high. It's like doing some engine braking or going into low gear. And that's why the revs are high. It's like on 2.3 something, you would hear that. It's quite loud, to be honest. Okay, so here's a bit of off-road. I don't know where. Whoa, okay. Here's the terrain, just so you can see. Oh, wow. Wow, that's soft. That's soft. So off-roading, capable. City driving, easy. If you're really picky about your cars and you're used to cars like this, you might say something about it. For its price point, it's hard to say something. Okay, I'm gonna say something now. I have a small nitpick because I'm hearing something inside the cabin. On my AC vent, there's this glossy piano black finish panel right there. And there's that like creaking sound. There you go. And whenever well, not every time, but there are times that the road is uneven. It will make a sound whenever I run into that. My overall experience is that I can see myself owning one of these one day, just because, again, it's 7-seater and it's off-road capable. I feel safe. I'm happy to know that my family will be safe inside the car. You either have a love or hate relationship with this car. Sure, it's not the most premium car in the luxury segment, but for what you're paying for and what this car offers, it provides remarkable value. Whether you're driving or simply enjoying the ride as a passenger, it offers quite a premium experience. At 2,998,000 pesos, I'm aware that many people, like me, might find it out of reach. But for those fortunate enough to afford it, there's a lot of value to be seen in this car. I'd like to give a special thanks to BAIC Philippines for letting me experience feeling like a king this past week. Again, thank you so much. Hanggang sa ulitin, kita-kits.